Hello, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. So today we are going to be doing a quick little reading on what your person wants to say to you. Okay, so this is what your person would say to you if they had the courage, if they, had the opportunity to say so. Okay, we're going to have three piles as usual. For pile one, we will have yellow mookaite. For pile 2, we will have rose quartz. And for pile 3, we will have red jasper. And with that said, let's jump right into it. Pile 1, let's see what your person has to say. And as always, or I believe I did this just this one other time, but as always, I will post a picture of all of the messages cards at the end so that you can see them all. Okay, let's see. I got spooked is the first message to come out. So perhaps your person was not comfortable saying what it was that they needed to say to you at the time, or doing what it was that you would have wanted them to do. And right after we have, I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. Okay, so immediately we do get this sense of this person fearing emotional intimacy, perhaps at the time that you knew them. For most of you, this is probably going to be someone that you are either no or low contact with. We also have, I am not the same person that you remember. Okay? Okay, we got a 2-for-1. We got, I've looked you up online to see what you are up to, and would you reject me, coming out. So again, I feel like this is somebody perhaps from your past that at the time they were feeling a certain type of way about you. You were, of course, feeling a certain type of way about them. They perhaps were somewhat scared or intimidated by the connection. They're definitely, to me, somebody that might fear, or at least in the past, feared emotional intimacy or emotional expression. They might have lacked the courage or the confidence, more so, to express how it was that they felt. And I do feel like perhaps at the time, for some of you, or maybe even most of you, you did express how you felt about them. Okay, you did tell them how you felt. You expressed to them quite clearly, maybe even, and directly told them how it was that you were feeling about them. And even though they knew that there was something special about this connection with you as well, they did not act on it. Instead, they got scared, and they might have went into runner mode. Okay, they might have ran away. And then we have, I am not the same person who you remember, and would you reject me? Both indicating that this person is going to come back or has plans to come back. Because I do feel like at this point in time, for most of them, they have come to that conclusion of this connection being something that is incredibly significant. Okay, so they are scared that you will reject them because they have run away in the past. Okay, so that's basically what I'm picking up on from the first pile, or the first deck, however, the first deck, okay? We then have, there are still so many things left unsaid between us. And of course, you yourself might not have directly expressed yourself. You might have made it very obvious, but I do feel like for most of you, you did express yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of unsaid things still left between the two of you has a lot to do with being on this person's side. Because this person ran away from this connection before they were able to, really tell you how they felt about you. Okay, then we have, it all comes down to timing. And I feel like, again, it all comes down to timing, is yet again reiterating that this person is planning some positive movement forward back toward you. And however, they are doing it on their own time. Okay, so that might be frustrating to you. The next card to jump out was, you're the only person who truly gets me. And this is being followed by, I see a little part of you in everyone I meet. Okay, so your person, first of all, I don't feel like their feelings for you ever really went away. I do feel that this person was never good at directly expressing how it was that they were feeling. Okay? This person, I feel like, also consistently or constantly has you on their mind as well. Okay? Because they do know, even when it comes to the I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions, it reminds me of an oracle card, or one of the cards in this deck, which we'll get to, that says something like, stop chasing me, I'll come back when I'm ready. And I feel like that's the vibe that's taking place here. You know, this person knows that there's something special to this connection. This person knows that the two of you, in one way or another, have a lot of potential of working out as a couple. But this person at the time was not ready to settle down, or was not ready for that type of relationship, was not ready to express themselves, and so on and so forth. Okay, and let's try to get one more card from this deck. And we got two cards. We got another 2-for-1. We got I miss the feel of you next to me, and we got I'm trying to do the honorable thing. So for me, the I miss the feel of you next to me does bring up that there could have been a physically intimate side to this connection. However, it could also be that the two of you were friends, or were getting friendly, and the both of you started to catch feelings for one another, and now it's kind of like low or no contact situation. But it could also be that the two of you were friends with benefits, and you obviously again started to catch feelings for this person, and they started to catch feelings for you, but due to their own, lack of emotional intimacy, they moved forward, like they ran away. Not really like they moved forward, they ran, they ran away when they could have, done something to make the connection move forward toward a relationship with you. We also have I'm trying to do the honorable. Okay, my battery died, so I'm not exactly sure right where I left off, but I know I was toward the end with the I'm trying to do the honorable thing card. And I do feel like that is an indication that your person is, at this point, trying to go about this in the right way. Like they're trying to come back to you, in the sense, like in an honorable way. Let's say they're not trying to come back to you with those same issues that might have taken place in the connection previously. They're trying to come back to you with the courage or the confidence to tell you exactly how it is that they are feeling about you. They don't want this connection to be as it once was. And holy fucking cannoli, okay? I can't even talk. Stop chasing me, I'll come back when I'm ready was the first card to jump out of this deck, okay? And that's exactly what's going on here now, and I feel like that's perhaps what has occurred here in the past. Is that this person, when you admitted your feelings for them, and so on and so forth, they were not ready. They were not ready to settle down. I don't feel like they didn't have feelings for you. I feel like they did have feelings for you, which makes this much more frustrating. It's more so their lack of emotional intimacy, or their fear of emotional intimacy, maybe even some fear of commitment, that was holding them back. Okay? They were, and I feel like still are, in that runner energy, but they're beginning to release a lot of their fears surrounding emotional intimacy, and a lot of their fears surrounding this connection. Okay, so I can't believe that stop chasing me, I'll come back when I'm ready was the first card to jump out. We also have you are so special to me. And again, I feel like that is reaffirming romantic feelings. I feel like that leads us back to the earlier message of you're the only person that truly gets me. I fear emotional intimacy, okay, is the very next card to jump out, okay? This person does, we have seen that, we've picked up on that. I have commitment issues, fell out. Let me just grab it off the floor, because why wouldn't I be dropping cards? I have commitment issues, okay? And that's what this is reading to me as. This is reading to me as somebody who is a commitment phobe, somebody who fears the emotional intimacy, and somebody who at times, or at this time and in the past, was not quite ready to settle down. I do feel like they are working through their issues. I do feel like there's forward movement being made back toward you. But I also feel like that's, of course, going to take time. Okay, we had too many cards jump out. I am sorry that I didn't treat you well. Okay, so in the past, they might not have treated you well. They might not have valued you in the way that they should have. We got 2 cards. I want to reach out to you, but I know I've hurt you too badly in the past. And please reach out to me. I really need to know where your head is at. So I feel like for some of you that have felt like or can admit to being in that chaser energy, I would almost not recommend to reach out to your person other than to reach out to them as a friend or as you typically would. But at this point in time, I do feel like this person is in the midst of trying to heal and trying to move forward. I'm not going to tell you, never to reach out to this person or that you shouldn't reach out to this person, because this person's still on your mind and there hasn't been any contact, and you feel comfortable contacting them, then maybe that's something that you need to do for yourself. However, I feel like if you knowingly can relate to that chasing message and the runner message that has been coming out here, you might not want to continue to put that type of energy into it. Like, you continuing to chase this person is only going to make them run further away at this point in time. Okay, so I do hope that that makes sense in some regard. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think I can be who you want or need me to be. This is on me, not on you. Okay, and this is speaking of the current energy. Okay, that right now, they don't think that they can be the person that you would want them or need them to be. And again, I feel like this is somebody that's working on themselves and is going to reach out to you in due time. So I feel like out of all of the cards here, the please reach out to me, I really need to know where your head is at, is probably going to be something that should occur after this person reaches out to you. Okay, because it does seem like this person wants to reach out to you and is going to reach out to you eventually, but they're going to reach out to you once they've begun to work through their fear of intimacy and their commitment phobia that seems to be coming out here. Okay, I feel like perhaps the most significant message to come through is this: stop chasing me. I'll come back when I'm ready, because I already started to pick up on it with the first 2 sets of oracle cards that jumped out. And I do believe that this is where we are going to leave off. Just to quickly, I guess, summarize, I do feel like your person is going to come back, but they still need time. Okay, that your person is going to make contact with you, but they still need time. And if you, again, know that this runner-chaser energy is something that has been going on here within this connection, you might want to allow your person the time that they need so that they can move forward toward a place where they are ready to settle down with you before chasing them anymore, if that makes sense. Okay, so overall, I hope that these messages made sense. I hope that some or most of them resonated with you. I'd really like to thank you, my pile 1, my yellow Mukai pile, for being here with me today. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile 2, my rose quartz pile. So today we are going to be doing this reading on what your person wants to say to you. Okay, and at the end, I will post a picture of all of the messages that came through. Okay, let's see. We have you inspire me, and I feel damaged, like I just can't do this. I've never forgotten about you, even though you think I have. So to me, this is, again, even with the I feel damaged, like I just can't do this, that I've never forgotten about you, even though you think I have. This is perhaps somebody coming from your distant past, or somebody that you have not spoken to in a while. Okay, this was probably somebody that in the past you had a, rather difficult relationship with, especially in regard to communication. We have my mind and my heart always come back to you, jumping out right after. Got too many cards at the same time. It's easier to just stay away right now. So your person is not planning on taking any forward movement at this time toward this connection, and maybe we are just too different. Okay, I don't feel like your person's completely like gotten over you, but I do feel like your person is still very stuck in that same place that you left them in. Okay, and I feel like if this was a rather, like, let's say toxic, volatile, tumultuous type of relationship, that you are inspiring them because you have moved on from it. You have changed certain aspects about yourself and about your life. You are not stuck where they left you, let's say, but they are certainly stuck in the same position or the same place that you left them in. Okay? They might also be, still, like, I feel like communication was definitely an issue between the two of you. I feel like it was very difficult to get this person to open up. I'm sorry I held myself back with you. So yeah, it was very difficult for you to get this person to open up to you. It would have been like pulling teeth. I just got sidetracked. They might have also been distracted. They might not have been giving you the time, effort, and energy that you would want, need, deserve, and desire. There might have been a lack of reciprocated energy as well. And I feel like with the I feel damaged, like I just can't do this, and maybe we're just too different. Both of these cards can display that. That they were distracted, that they were not giving you the appropriate or the wanted and needed time, effort, and energy. Okay, that maybe even when it comes to emotional intimacy, when it comes to expressing yourself, when it comes to communication, you might be somebody that even at that time was much, much more open about the way that you were feeling and how you felt about your person than your person ever was with you. Okay? And in that regard, even when it comes to going all the way back to the You Inspire Me card, it just really seems like to me that you have a lot of qualities that they would look for. You have a lot of qualities that they want, but they're not capable of matching that energy, if that makes sense. Like you yourself are somebody who, is, I need to go my own way for a while. Okay, so again, they're not coming back anytime soon, but like I do feel like they're inspired by you, and I feel like their mind and their heart always comes back to you because they're not over you. But I feel like the You Inspire Me is again referring back to that message of you are someone who has grown, who has healed, who has evolved. Maybe you're somebody that when they look at you, because this does definitely feel like an ex. Whether it was like an ex love interest or like friend with benefits, but for most of you it was probably an ex where the two of you were in a romantic relationship with one another, and it just really feels like to me they have seen you move on and move forward with your life. Even if you haven't been in another relationship, it's like they see you doing these big things, and they at this point especially do not feel like the two of you would be a match. And they do feel like that's because they are lagging behind. Like they're not only lagging behind in what it is that you would want, need, deserve, and desire in a romantic partner, but perhaps even just in the game of life. I can't give up on my responsibilities right now. So that to me does indicate that they are trying to get their shit together. Easier to just stay away right now. I need to go my own way for a while. To me is again indicating they're not planning on making any forward movement back toward you at this point in time, which might be disappointing to hear. However, I feel like you should be relieved to hear it if you know that this person is in that same exact spot that you left them in. Because all in all, whether you broke up with them or they broke up with you, there was a reason why that breakup occurred or why that separation occurred. And a lot of it I do feel has to do with this person's emotional immaturity. A lot of it has to do with them like not prioritizing you. You might have been second best, and I feel like this card, especially the I can't give up on my responsibilities right now card, should be like the, let's say, final nail in the coffin. That they would still not be prioritizing you. That they still would not be effectively communicating with you. That they still would at times Like at times you would still be second best to whatever their other responsibilities in their life are. Okay? It all comes down to timing. So again, I don't feel like this person is completely over you or completely done with you yet, but for the time being and for the near future, it does not seem as though they're making any positive movement forward toward you. It also seems like they're lacking in positive movement forward toward their, own progress in life. And a lot of signs have been pointing to you lately. Okay? So all in all, we do end with a bit more like positivity with that. A lot of signs have been pointing to you lately. However, I do feel like your person is very stuck for the time being. You might not have enough patience to wait around for your person to get their shit together. Okay, that's basically what's coming through here the most for me. I do feel like also for some of you, not that we've seen any evidence of it yet, but I do feel like you and this person feel very connected to one another. So even if for you or for them, I feel like each of you are heavily on the other person's mind at times. I feel like there's times where you're having perhaps dreams about this person, and so on and so forth. But it does feel like to me like the two of you are very connected in one way or another. And perhaps I would reckon to say that you feel that connection as well. I feel like your person also feels it, but like logistically or in real life, logically, let's say even, they're still not at a place in their life where they are ready to give you what it is that you would want, need, deserve, and desire in a romantic relationship. Okay? That's not to say that they will never be, but it is to say that you would be waiting around for this person. And as I always say, waiting around for others is really causing nothing but a disservice to ourselves, because us waiting around is really just us missing out on other meaningful experiences in love and in life. Okay, the first card to jump out here, we get, I am afraid to express how I truly feel. And I feel like that has been an issue that has perhaps plagued this connection since the dawn of time. I constantly creep on your social media, okay? So you might be noticing them, watching your Snapchat stories, watching your Instagram stories. Way too many cards. You are the best thing to ever happen to me, which is absolutely damn right. Then I'm going to take the card that like fell all the way onto the floor, because I usually, when they fall all the way onto the floor, it signifies maybe to me that it's a little bit significant. We have, I feel like you don't even want this anymore. And I do feel like that makes a lot of sense for this connection, because you, in their eyes, and not only in their eyes, but I feel like objectively in reality, you really have leveled up, let's say, since you have been in this connection. On a professional level, on a personal level, perhaps even in other romantic relationships, you have truly leveled up. You have surpassed the toxicity or volatility that existed in this connection. And I do feel like, they have been seeing you, like they've literally been watching you. They've been creeping on your social media to see all of the different ways in which you have been leveling up, pile 2. We then have, can you forgive me? Can we begin again? Yet again indicating that this person is not coming back yet, but they're not completely done or over with this connection. Okay, and let's see if we can get any more cards from this deck. I want to reach out, but I'm afraid you'll ignore me. And what else? Do you think you could give me a second chance? Oh, and we got 2 cards. It was only about the sex, and I need more time to let you know how I feel, even though I do like you. Okay, and I feel like this is touching upon, again, in the past, there could have been a serious betrayal within this connection, and that's why it was only about the sex. Like they could have cheated on you. Again, you would already know about it, and that's something that they might have told you, that it was like only physical, was not emotional. I also feel like in the past between the two of you, they might have tried to put on that persona of your connection with them, only being a physical one, or only being like a friends with benefits or a casual relationship, even though they clearly do harbor some strong feelings for you. Okay? You know, them being afraid that you're going to ignore them begging for and seeking forgiveness multiple times throughout this spread. You know, and then again, the fact that they still do have romantic feelings for you. They still do have, they're still drawn to you. You know, they still feel very drawn to you. I don't feel like this person is coming back though with an offer of love. I feel like I feel like this second chance for this beginning again at this point in time, or if they are to reach out somewhat soon, is to rebuild somewhat of a friendship with one another. Because I think they do realize what it was that they walked away from. You know, like they realize how important this connection is to them. They realize how important you are to them. And they're very regretful of the way that things ended up between the two of you, I feel like is another thing that's coming through here. You know, they're very regretful of it. They're very sorry for what they did. But I also feel like, for lack of a better way of putting it, I do feel like this person's kind of a chicken shit a little bit, because there's a lot of like them purposely staying away because they feel like you're still going to be upset with them. And I feel like for many of you, you're not at like, of course, maybe you've forgiven them in your own way. Maybe you found closure in your own way. But for a lot of you, like the damage that this person has caused or has left behind is a little bit too much for you to just forgive them right away and to let them back into your life and let them back into your heart. Okay? So I feel like that's something that is coming through here. I do feel like your person is apologetic for the way that things have occurred between the two of you. I do feel like your person is ultimately at times going to be seeking forgiveness from you. But at the same time, I feel like your person, for the most part right now, and into the near future, is going to stay away. Okay? There's obviously still hints here that they feel a certain type of way about you, but they're also very preoccupied with whatever their responsibilities are, and whatever perhaps made you feel like second best to begin with. So if that was their career, if that was their friends, if that was their family, if that was, you know, other relationships, they've always made you feel like you are like not their highest priority, or that you were second best to whatever other responsibilities that they had in their life. So I feel like that's something for you to be mindful of. I feel like this is not somebody who you should be waiting around for. And I also feel like that this is not someone that you even are waiting around for, because we've seen now multiple times here that you have leveled up, that you have moved on. Okay? And I feel like your person is getting to a point where they're looking back at this connection and they are really regretting the way that they let things end, and they're regretting the way that they treated you. Okay, so all in all, pile 2, I hope that this helped. I hope that there was some clarity or some insight in here for you. I hope some or most of these messages resonated with you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. And other than that, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile 3. So now we are going to move on to your reading. Let's see what it is that your person wants to say to you. We have I Can Still Feel You jumping out first. And a card falling to the floor. Maybe we are just too different. Okay? Maybe we're just too different. To me, this can indicate that this connection may have been something that was casual or non-committal. To start doesn't necessarily mean that it stayed that way, but this could have definitely been a casual type of connection. Maybe one that you wanted to move forward, and not so much them, which again is information that you would already know. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. We then have, please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. And I feel like that is indicative of them not really being ready for the type of relationship that you might have wanted. Okay, we will be together again. Okay? That to me is absolutely indicating that your person, I'm sorry, I couldn't do right for you. I do feel like your person at the time that this connection started was certainly not in a place that they were ready to settle down in. Okay, they were not ready to settle down. They were not ready to have the type of commitment perhaps that you wanted from them. This is somebody who is, again, sorry for what they did. They recognize that a lot of what occurred in the past were faults of their own. Again, I feel like this connection was perhaps, maybe the two of you never even got to the point of a romantic relationship, because it feels like to me that it was very casual between the two of you in one way or another. Um, could even be that this is somebody that, like, I do feel like you would have perhaps expressed the way that you were feeling toward them. But maybe for some of you, you didn't even express the way that you were feeling to them. That's something that I'm picking up on. Might not resonate for everyone, but for some of you, like, you might not have told this person, especially if it was a casual relationship, you might not have said to them that you were starting to catch feelings for them. Okay? But I do feel like there were some missteps on their part that led to the two of you not getting together. I'm working toward a better future. I feel like, in a sense, for some of them, or for some of you, your person was not settled down in their own life. It's really hard for me to open up, so we have this fear of emotional intimacy. I care too much about what others think right now. My family and my upbringing are a much bigger factor than I realized. And we have, you have affected my life significantly. I want to try to get one more card. I can't take this anymore. And I feel like that perhaps has to deal with the regret, because I do feel like your person is wanting to and has a high chance of making positive movement forward back toward you. Okay? Maybe not in the very near future, but I would say like within the next couple of months, your person wants to make positive movement forward back toward you. Okay? I do feel like they are regretful, but they're willing to take actions. Take actions to show you that they are changing, that they are working toward this better future, that they are capable of opening up. I feel like that I care too much about what others think right now, and my family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realized, are highly significant to this connection. I feel like for some of you, this could even be somebody that could have been more of a friend, maybe not even a casual relationship, but somebody that was more of a friend, where other people thought that there was something happening between the two of you. So I'm like picturing in my head, like, you know, like two friends like at a party, or even two colleagues at work. And other people really think that the two of you are together and you're not. That's just this vibe that I get here. And I feel like the I care too much about what others think right now has a lot more to do with the fact that they have, in one way or another, made such an ass out of themselves when it comes to this connection, that they're afraid of what it's going to look like to the other people around them, and especially around you, when they make positive movement forward back toward you. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense. Like, your friends, your colleagues, whoever might be aware of the situation that occurred between the two of you. They might know that this person really screwed things up between the two of you. And there's a lot of fear of judgment, because it's kind of this message of like, I've already made such an asshole out of myself with what I've done in the past, or with what I haven't done in the past. Like, I have not moved the connection forward in the past. And I really made this person like upset, meaning you, like they've really made you upset. So they do feel like this sense of apprehension or hesitation, because they're afraid of what other people are going to say. You know, like, oh, maybe you should have done better in the past. Maybe you should have tried harder in the past, so on and so forth. But it's a strange message. I hope it resonates for some of you. But it seems like to me this message of them really feeling some hesitation, because they feel like they've really screwed this up in the past. And other people are aware of the ways in which they've either, you know, like neglected to tell you how they feel. They know that other people are aware of even perhaps the way that they've hurt you or disrespected you in the past, and so on and so forth. Okay? My family and my upbringing are a much bigger factor than I realize. I feel it links back to perhaps they were not the most effective communicator, and it is hard for them to open up. So there's this fear of emotional intimacy coming through, and that to me can bring me back to, or can indicate to me that their home life growing up, they might not have been able to or allowed to show emotions. Um, they might have not spoken about certain things in their family, and so on and so forth. But like opening up or emotions might not have been something that they were comfortable with sharing or were even allowed to share. Okay, in their childhood or their upbringing. We have I constantly creep on your social media, so you know that they are checking you out. Okay, and I do feel like that I can't take this anymore that jumped out from the previous Oracle deck is really just this message of they can't take not being in communication with you anymore. That they can't take things not being the way that they used to be between the two of you. That they can't take this current situation, like, of this connection. And that's one of the strongest reasons why, or one of the most important things I feel like that indicated to me that this person wants to make positive movement forward and they want to do it somewhat quickly or somewhat soon into the near future, because they can't take, let's say, like this animosity that exists between the two of you, or these hurt feelings that exist between the two of you, and so on and so forth. Okay, we have, I want to reach out to you, but I'm afraid you'll ignore me. Okay, again indicating that this person really like screwed up in one way or another in the past between the two of you. So please take it how it resonates, because this can mean so many different things. It can mean somebody that you're in a casual commitment with, or casual connection with rather, that never moved things forward with you. It can indicate that this person cheated on you in the past. It can indicate that this person, did not give you the time, effort, and energy that you needed, or did not give you what you want, need, deserve, and desire, so on and so forth. But in one way or another, this person knows that their actions have hurt you. And I strongly feel that there are certain people, other people outside of the two of you, that know about the circumstances of what had gone down within this connection. Okay? They're afraid that you'll ignore them because they know that they hurt you, but they also, again, they care about what other people think because they know that other people are aware of the situation. Okay, we have, I hope you haven't moved on. Again, to me, indicating that this person wants to reach out sooner rather than later. Okay, because they really hope that you have not. I regret what happened between us, and I hope that you'll forgive me. Okay? But really, this person has not moved forward from this connection, and I do feel like this person has begun to heal or to focus on certain things that they needed to change. I do feel like in the past, your person did not take this connection as seriously as they should have, and I feel like that's kind of like the initial gist of this reading. That your person did not take this connection as seriously as they should have, and that the two of you were not on the same level when it came to emotional intimacy, or when it came to sharing your feelings for one another. When it comes to communication, it hurts to know that you've been seeing someone else. So maybe now you are seeing someone else, or talking to someone else, and they know about that. I want to reach out to you, but I know I've hurt you badly in the past. Okay? I feel like this person is just really, really scared that you are going to ignore them. Too many cards to jump out. 3 cards at the same time. I want to try to get 1. Now we got another 2. Okay, so with the I want to reach out to you, but I know I've hurt you badly in the past message, is just yet again solidifying that this person knows that they have screwed up in the past. Part of the reason how or why they screwed up is I wish I could just tell you how I feel. And I feel like, again, even in regard to that, I can still feel you, and maybe we're just too different. I feel like in the past that was one of the major struggles here. Is that your person found it really difficult to open up to you, and finds it difficult to open up in general. Okay, we got 2 cards. I'm going to throw them back. I want 1 more card. My intentions are pure. Okay, so when they're making positive movement forward toward you, Know that their intentions with you are pure. I also feel like, they're not the same person that they used to be. And we also have, you are in my dreams. Okay, so maybe you've also been dreaming about this person. I want to get one more card that's like a little bit more significant to the story, let's say. I'm lost in my life and I don't want you to be lost with me. And maybe that was part of it as well in the beginning, especially for the people where it resonated that your person might not have been ready to settle down. It does seem like to me, even now, your person's working toward a better future. Your person couldn't do right for you. I feel like that's a combination of them not having like the knowledge of how to do right by you and not having that knowledge because of their family and their upbringing and what they've experienced and what they've been conditioned to in regard to other romantic relationships that they have been a part of and that they have witnessed from their childhood and their upbringing. And I also feel like in regard to just not feeling settled within their own life, okay, that they've been lost. Okay, and I do feel like at this point in time, as cheesy as it sounds, that they are trying to find themselves, that they're trying to find themselves or that they have begun to find themselves and that they're working toward that better future, not just for themselves, but also for you. Okay, I do feel like they're in a better place when it comes to like mentally and emotionally. I feel like they're in a better place. And that this time around, especially like when they get to that point where they feel like they're ready to reach out to you, that they're going to be a lot more open than they ever were with you in the past. Okay, pile 3. So I hope that that makes sense. I think that we are pretty much done here. I do feel like there's a high probability of your person reaching out to you at some point within the next couple of months, especially if it has been a little while since the situation in the past has occurred between the both of you. It seems like your person's getting to a point where they do realize what it was that they have done. I don't feel like your person's feelings for you have ever really quite gone away. And I feel like they really can't stand the fact that the two of you aren't in communication any longer, or that the two of you have very little contact with one another. I feel like they really do not like the place that this connection was had left off at, and they really want to repair things with you. And I feel like that's about it. So thank you so much, Pile 3, for allowing me to read for you today. And I hope that you have a wonderful day.